The Department of National Defence and Canadian Armed Forces are making some policy changes. Officials are scrapping a controversial policy that requires members to report incidents of sexual misconduct or racism. Peter Cowan has more from Ottawa.
It may seem counterintuitive because the military does want more people to come forward and report these sorts of instances, but what they're doing is no longer making it obligatory that if you know about an incident that's happened, you have to report it. And this is a requirement that's been in place since the 1930s, but today what the military said was it's actually been counterproductive, that what it's done instead is it's put people in a difficult situation. So, for example, if you were told by a colleague about something that happened, you are now torn that if the colleague said, look, I don't want to make a formal complaint, I don't want this to go forward, what do? Do you respect the victim's wishes, or do you follow the order, which is to report it? So what they're doing is they're changing this. They're going to scrap that requirement. And here's what the military said today at a briefing with reporters. Lieutenant General Jeannie Kerrigan said, it has done nothing, in fact, to improve our reporting and to improve sexual misconducts or harmful behaviors towards our members. So this is why we're now going towards a full repeal. It's going to take a few months for them to come up with the new regulations in place, and there may still be a few small areas where reporting is required. For example, if someone witnesses a war crime. But this is something that victims have been calling for. And last year, retired Supreme Court Justice Louise Arbour, in her report looking at sexual misconduct within the military, recommended that this be scrapped. Here's what she said at the time.
In response to the long-standing problem of underreporting, the CAF leadership stressed the existence of the duty to report, which rests both on victims and bystanders alike. This serves only to impose additional hardship on victims while posing moral dilemmas on those wanting to respect their wishes.
Interestingly, today, they did say since 1999, no one has actually been charged with not reporting it. So it's been a bit academic, but it will take the pressure off members who may have then felt that they had to come forward with anything that they knew about.
Peter, there's another big change today. Members will be able to take complaints directly to the Human Rights Commission. Tell us what difference that will make.
Right. So right now, the way it works is you have to go through the whole formal process of filing a grievance within the military. That can be a long process. It can take years. And only then, if you're unhappy with that result, could you actually take it to somewhere like the Human Rights Commission to get an outside perspective on this. So what they're saying is you're no longer going to have to wait potentially years. Now what you'll be able to do is go directly to the Human Rights Commission even before the military process has wrapped up. So that's something that it's hoped will make it easier for victims to be able to choose which process they want to go through, Hannah.
CBC's Peter Cowan in Ottawa.